Hello, my name is Ashley LaPIER, and joining me today on Beyond the Bench is Deborah Shaw. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Ashley. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Deborah, I hear that you're running for a special position here in Lawrence County. You want to tell us a little bit about that position?
Yes, I'm running for the judge of the Court of Common Pleas. And we have, it's kind of unique here in Lawrence County. We have 3 positions opened this time. That's something that doesn't rarely happen, and there are 7 candidates running for those 3 positions.
Wow, and tell us a little bit about yourself. What makes you want to run, and tell us why you would be the perfect fit for that position.
So I guess I've always wanted to be an attorney and a judge since I was a little girl. That's just something I just got into my head, and I've just wanted to do that, so I have. I'm a hometown girl here, born and raised in Lawrence County. Lived here 53 years. The only time I left was to go to law school. I went to law school in Ohio Northern University over in Ada, Ohio. But before that, I was a Laurel graduate here, and then went to Westminster College. And then after graduating law school, came back here, and I opened up my private practice here, and have been practicing for over 27 years. Have my own firm by myself, solo practitioner. And mainly my practice has focused on the family courts and kind of wills and estate administration. So I'm very passionate about the family court division. That's where I would like to be working with those cases.
Okay, and so why do you want to serve the family law division specifically?
That is because of that's mainly what my practice has focused on. And currently I am the divorce hearing officer. I've been doing that for about 9 years now, almost 10 years. So I'm actually hearing cases. I conduct hearings. They present evidence to me. I evaluate the evidence, make recommendations, and then actually decide, equitable distribution in divorce cases. Also, since April of 2023, I've been the custody conference officer. So I'm hearing custody cases. So I'm doing evaluations there, of the cases, trying to see, what services are needed, trying to get interim orders, recommend interim orders. And then, so I'm kind of doing what a judge does now, what I do now. And so I just want to take that next step.
Very good. So what do you think a female judge could contribute to the bench?
I think the female judge gives it a more balanced court. The litigants coming into the courts are male and female. And so I think having a female on the bench can give it a different perspective. I think as a female, you can the unique characteristics or unique experiences that you have as a female can help in your decisions. Judges have to consider a lot when they're making their decisions, and so I think, from a female aspect of it, I think, we need a female on the bench too. And I think with empathy, I have that empathy, compassion, that goes into the values and things that you're evaluating when making decisions. So I think it would give a more balanced court.
Okay. What special strengths do you possess that would especially qualify you to be a judge?
I think there's probably 3 special qualities that I think I have. Number 1 is my judicial experience, doing the hearing officer right now for the custody and the divorce. So I have that experience. Also, my judicial, I think, temperament. I try to make sure in my hearings, when I'm holding my hearings, that people have access, because I have let's say, litigants coming before me. So those are litigants who do not have an attorney. They represent themselves. So I provide, an atmosphere where they are able to present their case, and attorneys also, in a calm manner, and I listen to everything. So I think my temperament, is good, and that's what I would bring to my courtroom too. And I also think my devotion, to it. I serve I'm a member of the Pennsylvania Bar Association and the Lawrence County Bar Association. And on the Lawrence County Bar Association, I serve on the Family Law Committee, where we try to, better the family courts. Always striving, I was help with pro se litigants, the access to the courts and their filings and things like that, and setting up the system when they appear before me, whether in a divorce hearing or a custody hearing. So I'm doing that. And I'm also chairperson of the scholarship and essay committee, which right now we just have, we do it for seniors. To write an essay, we have a topic, and then they write an essay, and then we present 2 winners of $2,000 each. So we're in the process, that just closed, we're in the process of evaluating those and selecting our winners for that. So that kind of gets people interested in the law too.
Mm-hmm. That's really great. What do you see as the biggest legal challenges facing Lawrence County currently?
I think that would be probably the drug epidemic, because I think that hits all areas of the judiciary, whether it's the criminal realm, the civil realm, the family, the family courts, because you have, people who are being charged, with drug crimes, people who are, using drugs and have children. And unfortunately, if they are using drugs and cause an accident, you have your civil case there. So I think that is one of what we're facing now, because it touches all aspects of it. And I think we need to be cognizant of that and see, and not just, okay, we need to see what the root of the problem is and try and give them the services that they need. And that's one of the things. For years, I was a court-appointed attorney for dependency cases and delinquency cases in Lawrence County. And so I've represented either the children or the parents in those cases where children have been removed from the home. So I'm very passionate about those. I know those cases, I know the procedures, and I want to get in there to protect the children. That's one of the things, what is in the best interest of the children that you're looking at. And that's one of the things why I also serve on the Children's Advocacy Board. And we have an event coming up in April 24th, Stepping Up for Kids, to make people aware of child abuse, the prevention and the awareness of it. So we're going to be down at the River Rock on April 24th, just bringing, with the CAC, having some food trucks and some activities for kids and things. So I'm really excited about that, to see what, the prevention aspect of it. That's a good agency here, that helps the children. One of the things that CAC does is when there is an allegation of abuse, they hold what's called a forensic interview. So the child only has to tell their story once. So it goes through all agencies work together, for the criminal aspect, the removing them from the home aspect. So they only have to tell their story once. And so that's a great agency there that does all of that.
That's really awesome. What time is that event?
4 p.m.
And where would people learn more about that?
You can go to the Children's Advocacy, like on Facebook. They have the Facebook, yes.
Wonderful. What case or legal issue in your career has had the biggest impact on how you view justice, and how would that experience shape your decision as a judge?
I don't think there's one case. I think it was the dependency cases probably that have shaped it, and that's why I'm very, child-oriented. I want to make sure the children are protected and what is in the best interest of children, and that's through all gamuts, whether it's through divorce, the custody, the dependency realm. So I think, having done that for so many years, I think, I'm very familiar with that, like I said, with the procedures, with the statutes. And when you come in, when a child is removed from the home, the goal is reunification. That is the main goal. So whether they've been because of home conditions or, the drug addiction, a parent is addicted to drugs, but it's always, okay, what can we do to get them reunited? But then you have to keep in mind what is in the best interest of that child, and if that's not possible, then we need to make sure the child has a safe home, whether it is with family or with a new family and they're adopted. So I want to make sure that everybody, we're trying to do the reunification, and if we can't, we're doing it what is in best interest of the children.
Very good. What is one thing you hope to accomplish as judge that would make a lasting impact on Lawrence County?
I think that would be, I want to maintain the integrity and accessibility that we have now with the bench. I think we have a great bench, and I want to continue that. I just want to make sure people, have the opportunity to be heard, whatever cases, whether it's criminal, civil, family courts, that they have accessibility to the courts, and that things are being heard in a timely manner, that they're being listened to, and then ultimately their decisions are being made, because these are people's lives, that we're dealing with, and we need to make the decisions in a timely manner. So that's something that I hope to accomplish.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed meeting you today,
Thank you,
Deborah.
I enjoyed meeting you.
And I typically give our guests the opportunity to share a message to our audience. Is there anything that you may want to say?
Yes, I would just like to say this is a very important election, and I would just ask people to do their homework. Go out and get, information on the candidates. Go to my website, go to my Facebook page, contact me. I'm willing to meet with people, answer questions through Facebook or through my website, or, call me up. Just do your homework, and so that we get a good, 3 good positions on the bench.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
and
you
I
so
wish
much.
you the very best in your candidacy.
Thank you so much for having me.